Your name's Scott, his name's Slider, so it's like kind of similar.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, everyone join up and go to spec, please. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Hold
with
on.
me. Okay.
I'm too cool for spec. I'll just follow you around.
You don't know a thing about this map, you should really spec.
You don't know shit about me, assassin.
No,
What are
I
you
know
guys
that
doing?
once we're reviewing Viaduct for
Control point.
match purposes or something.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Can I come watch?
Yeah,
No, why not?
you
No,
must
talk
But you
shut
have
up.
to be quiet.
Yeah, everyone has to
I
shut
know,
up.
I know, I know!
Okay,
Fucking hate
I'm
you.
over it.
Is everyone here? Is Seal here? Yeah, you are. Okay. So, first of all, I'm gonna real quickly talk about what things are called. So this is cliffs, right?
Okay.
Oh, I guess I should say all three. Let's start over here, right? All three. This is just the spawn area, whatever, spawn. Middle door, right door, left door. That's whatever, just call them literally right, middle, or left.
How do you roll out? You'll
Um,
teach us later, okay.
Yeah, the important thing for soldier is don't rocket jump in the spawn. Do not rocket
Alright.
jump toward the cabinet. If I remember right, you just don't do any of that. Like, you just walk forward and eventually you'll get your buffs. Like, don't jump before you get your buffs. Alright, so this is a
Okay.
cliff. This is called China. Well, this whole thing is house, right? And on top of house is China. Well, if you say, like, balcony or something, I guess that people know. But yeah, this is where the sniper goes here. Sometimes the sniper goes here. The stock viaduct has like 80 times more spots for the sniper to peek out, which is why a pro version was made. That's one of the main reasons a pro version was made. Because before it was just ridiculous where you could snipe from, little tiny cracks and shit just everywhere. You know, sniper could be down here, whatever. I'm not even gonna talk about that now. So yeah, house, China up there. This is the left pack, you know, and this is obviously mirrored on the other side. This is mirror symmetry on this map. Alright, so this is stairs, and this is planks. These are very important things now. See how there's like planks here? So this whole thing is called planks. And this is called stairs. And they're both awful. I mean, they'll be used from time to time, but as far as like when we have to walk the majority of our people, like our combo through, we're usually going to use this, which is slope. And you know, it's like, well, if you always go the same way, I mean, yeah, that's kind of bad. You don't always go the same way, but it's like by far the best with regard to like you have room to maneuver a little bit here. And over there, it's just like, you know, walking through this is just fucking bullshit, and there's traps. Walking up this is worse than that. This whole area, I don't really know what to call this. This is maybe like, I think we call this tunnel, or you'll hear me say connector. It's kind of a long word. It's kind of a dumb thing to call it, but it's totally ingrained in my head as connector for some reason. Yeah, it's this. This whole area, I don't know. So it's just bad because, again, that just gets like spammed to shreds. It's like a really thin area to walk up. And there's flag ground here. And this is like the #1 place to get fragged by soldiers on this map, is this little area next to the tunnel, because flag ground. It's easy to shoot rockets here. Rock, point, and I think that's about it. It's possible to go up there. Someone is messaging me, and I can't focus. 1 second. I think someone's asking me to scrim or something. Oh, Milo's like, sorry, my hex chat doesn't make noises back at me. Okay. That's why I got an IRC Go client. I can like literally make a loud ass chime noise for my for whenever I get a message or anything. I can never miss it ever. Anyway, that's about it for that. Now, I'm following a little guide, by the way, that I made because I've had to talk before with my team about Viaduct, and it's like you. All right, so everything that we do on this map. If you've played Ulti-Duo and you played Ulti-Duo to win Ulti-Duo, then you kind of have an understanding of what needs to happen and how to play this. This is played to waste time. Like, we need to get the point, and then we need to do everything to waste time. So you constantly need to ask yourself about like what you're about to do, and if it's worth dying right now. And generally the answer is no, especially if you're on defense, meaning like you own the point. you can't die. So like in 5CP, you know, you need to like go and do things, usually on someone to go push and get things done. But here it's like, no, we just need to know that we own the point. They're going to be the ones that need to go and do things, and we need to make it difficult for them. Pop early, not lose people, blah blah blah, take good positions and waste time. Whatever we do, waste time. Right, so for defenders, for when you own the point, it's almost never worth dying, because this is how koth works, in case you didn't know. If you own the point, your spawns are like twice as long. If you don't own the point, and you're on the back foot in that sense, that the enemy clock is counting down, not yours, your respawns are really fast. They're like 3 seconds, 3-4 seconds, whereas they're like 7, 8, 9 seconds. You own the point. So it's a game about like how much damage can you do without getting damage in return, to like slow them down, to make them take damage as they try to come back and reclaim the point. But you can't die, because you start dying and then you just have to start moving back and giving up the point, generally, because you're going to kill them all. So it's really about not dying on defense. Which is, it's the same for both tier 2 and you like attack defense. The red guys, the defenders, always have long spawns. That's why the attackers should always win every map, realistically. Assuming they're using whatever, they're teleporters and they're not just massively outskilled or outnumbered. Attackers should win. Right, alright, so I'm going to show you guys some pictures that I made that are sort of, it's what RJ was in here asking about. Scroll up and find them.
Channel Glop. BRB bus break. 2 Glops great greasy gaping glory hold. 9 hours 10 minutes and
Basically,
10 seconds PM to RJ underscore
it's reading
desktop.
at
Link to i.timegore.com.
the first picture is the important one. The second picture is a little bit less important. But basically this follows something that Marxists made as kind of a guide to Viaduct. And so I'm kind of ripping them off, but this is actually my own screenshot and my own terrible line. Whatever. But basically, this is how you want to look at the entire map. Kind of like yard lines in football. You divide the map into sections like this. You know, we don't necessarily have to call them. At one point, I was trying to say, like, oh, you know, see, the white ones are like the spawn area, so you don't really have to kind of count those. But then, like, the blue ones are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you don't really have to, like, call them out. Like, it's not a call thing. It's just what needs to happen is, like, you want to be, we always have to be together on this map. Like, we have to, everything we do, anytime we decide to fight, generally it has to be together, and you don't want to be more than one of these lines apart, right? So, like, if we're holding and we're holding around, let's say that middle area, right near the point, like we own the point, we're holding there, we can have some dudes forward. Like, we do need to have a roamer and a scout forward, because we're expecting them to suicide or expecting them to push. We need early information on where they're coming from, blah blah blah. But you generally want to be like 1 line forward, maybe 2. But here's what you need to understand: if you're like 2 lines forward, you're not going to get help. And if they all, like, if their entire blob of 6 players jumps on you super hard and attacks you there, your team is not going to be able to help, right? Because we're like 2 lines away. It's too far to help. So you always want, if you expect to be helped, you want to try to stay like 1 line away. You're going to go a little bit forward. Don't go too forward. Make sure, you know, your team is with you, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not that it's your team's fault that they don't go or whatever. It's just, well, maybe it is, but just understand that you need to be with your team. And if you're not sure if they're following you, then look behind you. And are they following you? Oh, they're not? Well, then don't go. You know what I mean? Like, here's the problem that a lot of people have. Like, they just want to frag. They just want to fucking frag. Like, we own the point, and the fight happened, and we won the fight. Like, as a team, we won the fight. I remember we lost a guy. They lost a few guys. And then we own the point, and they're falling out, and people are like, oh, no, I'm going to fucking frag them before they get back in. Like, yeah, okay, it can be kind of good if you do. But a lot of times they go in to, like, finish the frags, and then they die. And guess what? You just died as a defender when all of them were fucking retreating anyway. And this is what Waka and I were just talking about. Like, it takes them a long time to go and heal up or walk to the resup. That arguably takes as long or not longer than them just respawning, because they have fast spawns and they point, right? So just, like, always think really conservative. Like, yeah, if we have momentum and we're just better than them and we're fucking steamrolling them, you'll get a sense for when all of us should go forward and just fucking kill people, right? But, like, a lot of the time you just play conservative and play to waste the time. This is why, you know, like I play ulti duo and shit, and a lot of the times an Asian can attest to this, and like I don't out damage the other soldier. Like I play soldiers that are better than me, but we fucking always win. Like my team always wins. And I'm not saying that to brag. It's just like I just know when to back up. You know, it's like, oh, we have 90% Uber. Let's just exchange like shitty mid-range shots with him. Like I don't really care if my shots hit well or not. I don't care if his hit well. He can't hit well really. They're mid-range. And then oh look, we wasted time. We got Uber. We waste even more time. Blah blah blah. It's just like time wasting tricks. I'm talking too long about this. Anyway, oh okay. Oh, and then the second picture is a little bit less kind of important, but if you look at it, it's lines drawn the other way, like along the horizontal, I guess you could say. And again, like it's best to try to be one line apart, right? Not like all the way on the right versus all the way on the left. And it's going to happen, obviously, but it's harder to help your teammates when they're 2 lines apart. So just keep that in mind. If you can be closer, you're going to be helped. This is generally considered the flank on this map. This isn't particularly crucial either, but this side is the flank, and this is the side that at least one scout and a roamer controls. So here, that assassin, you're going to be doing this area a lot.
Okay.
This will be something you can abuse for like early mid fights. Oh yeah, there's some stupid shit you can do that it's just Seagull knows all the fucking stupid original splash spots, but you can like, oh my god, I don't know how to walk. I can't do it. You shoot through the triangle.
Yeah.
You know why? 'Cause it
I
wouldn't-
see it.
Yeah, you can like splash right there and stuff.
It's really good because that's where the medic stands. I'm guessing maybe the demo.
No, usually they're
You don't
scouts. They're scouts,
okay.
and maybe a soldier will come out there. You never know. I mean, yeah. So that's the flank, and that's not the flank. But it's such a weird map. It's weird to even think of that as like the flank. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like if you're a flank player and there's fighting going on here, you need to be always thinking like, okay, all the players aren't right here accounted for. Enemy players, that is. So you know, just look for people just coming in from somewhere that the main fight isn't looking at. And there you go. You are being a helpful flank player. Like you could shoot the same shit that we're shooting, but be extra wary of shit coming from the side and contest them if they try to fight us. Are you here, Glop, by the way?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to be as fast as I can about this. I want to talk about mid fights, but well, okay. Let me talk about mid fights, but let me what side is this? Blue? I'm going to show you my couple of different demo rollouts I do, and I'm doing as fast as I can here, and give you something to think about. So, this demo, you spawn here, you get a little closer to the door, you get buffed up. This is my default one that I do. Maybe it's a little outdated or something, I don't know. This is very aggressive. I go to the rock. You can land on it, I usually land back there. Anywhere here, it doesn't matter. You get here early, fast, you start fighting their demo. And their demo can come from... You could just walk under there, that's pretty standard. You could do the same thing, you can fly to the rock, that's aggressive, and you have to have a little bit of a fight with them. You could walk up the slope, that's another kind of normal passive thing, is just walk up. Alright, what else? Well, the other one I already said, you can just walk, you can just do your first jump to here, walk through, start charging your sticky, this is kind of normal passive, not jumping one, and you just walk up through here. Or through here, I don't have to show that. Sometimes you can also do a sort of a passive thing where you go up here, and you try to splash people. I don't really know, we have to play a certain way around that though, like, by the way, it's not a bad idea if we know they have jumpy soldiers, which is always going to happen, like there's always going to be a point where our soldiers and their soldiers jump. It's not a bad idea to have a scout right here, because this is just a great place to like, oh, soldiers jump? Like, they sure as fuck aren't bombing you, they're bombing our demo, and medic and whatever, and you just double jump on and off of this and you leap into them and murder them. This map is amazing for scouts. Scouts, you're gonna get healed a lot. Yeah, go ahead.
How important is the medic on the mid fight or the first mid fight? I'm assuming not.
That's a good
important.
question, actually. I'm gonna say overall in this map, the medic is a lot less important than in normal 5 CP TF2.
Alright.
This is kind of hell for medics, honestly. Like, yes, they're important. Yes, Uber is important, and it can change everything. Obviously, if they have it and you don't. And medics can make clutch plays and win everything, as my former medics before have. Like, they've won entire matches for me, kind of like Harblu won the whole thing against the Australians. But no, like, Their Uber. Okay, I should say it's almost like the medic himself is more important than the Uber. I should say, but yes, overall there's less importance on them. And it's about going together, getting in, fighting together, focus fire, say what you're shooting, and just efficiently. It's like DM and team DM and coordination. There's a lot I could learn from here. Like the Euros didn't used to play this because they're like, this is so dumb. Like, this is stupid. This is DM, and it's like, well, yes and no. Like it's not just DM. There's a lot of team unity, togetherness that comes through. Not just the best DMers win, but the people that are, you know, they focus fire with their team and shit. All right, and right, I was talking about the rollout. So last one. This is kind of a cheesy one. I do every once in a while. I'll do this. And I go here. I don't know what I do here. I think I might get the pack, or maybe I don't know if I do like a little jump here. Basically, I get here really fast and I do this. And this does not always work. It's kind of a gamble, but a lot of times, at least one scout will run through here. Like I said, remember, this is a flank, right? If he goes, boom, and he's blown because he doesn't see. You can't see him running up the stairs. So I'm telling you all this just so like you don't fall for it either, right? Or just like are conscious of it. But that was actually pretty reliable for me. I would do that once or twice a game. I just roll out here, instantly kill a scout, and you know, mid fights, the fights in our favor from there.
Yeah, for sure.
Mids in general, you know, the demo gets here a little earlier, the scouts get here a few seconds later. You know, as a demo, if you can put damage on their scouts, that's just the best thing ever. But yeah, overall, the scouts need to constantly be buffed, constantly come back and get healed and buffed. Don't feel like obligated, like, oh man, I gotta go pick up a health pack and not ask for medic until I have crit buffs. Like, no, get healed all the time. Glop's going to get pocketed the vast majority of the time. I'm going to try my damnedest not to meet all the heals. And scouts need to get a lot of heals. So it's like we have a demo as the pocket with the med behind them. I'll be relatively close around. I'll be like coming in and out. So, you know, I'll be half pocketing, I think. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And scouts kind of satellite. They can go forward and come back. They kind of satellite around the demo and medic. And Romer and me are just in general for the map. Yeah.
Because in mid-fights, me personally, what I like to see is, like, if a scout could, like, where you're standing on top of that box, if a scout can kind of play, like, around that box, and then if we have a scout playing on either rock, of course, because you're going to have their roamer just flying balls deep after our, either after the med or the demo. So that's a really good D-nice spot. So that's good for Glop to put those first initial, if he is in the mid, like put a couple stickies on that rock, because you can expect higher level scouts will play that rock to deny possible roamers.
You're talking about their rock?
Well, scout on our rock or this left side to deny those possible jumpers in the beginning.
Well,
usually the jumpers will come straight from the demo. Oh, if he puts a sticky on their rock, assuming that a scout's going to jump on their rock to kind of play the strat that I just explained to deny our jumper.
Oh, okay. Right, well, basically, if you can hit scouts, just even on any minutes, not even King of the Hill, like, hitting scouts as demo is amazing. Like, it wins fights. That's one of the reasons Banny was so good, is because he would hit scouts constantly on the mids. Yeah.
It's like half their health.
Yeah, so we get here, and then soldiers get here, and at some point, you know, they're probably going to bomb both soldiers at us. I mean, that's it. It's just like any other mid-fight, right? Like, there comes a moment where you're like, hey, they're kind of grouped up. Launch a soldier, and everyone moves forward off of that, and hopefully we have a better exchange. So it's like really simple, oversimplified, I guess, but it really, that is how it is. And you know, there's a few different kinds of mids. I guess I'm not really going to get into depth in that. We can decide that later. All right, I'm following my little checklist here. It's not really in order or anything. It's just points to talk about. All right, gay spots, the so-called gay spots. There's a bunch of spots to know on this map, but you got to know that any one of these doors, there's a bunch of fucking places to hide. Like this one, there's this, and every time you go through, it doesn't matter if you're in a hurry, doesn't matter if there's, you know, 20 seconds left, which obviously means we're in a hurry. Like, you gotta look around and check all these spots. Like, I don't even know all of them. But there's just, this one isn't, this one's pretty bad, but the other ones are much more serious. Like, someone will always get you with this shit. It's unreal, man. Like, you gotta check it every time before your medic goes through. Oh my god. You just gotta know about them. And, just trying to remember. I'm just checking everything because I don't remember exactly what all of them are. Yeah, there's just tons. And then you gotta know, you know, shit like this. Oh my god. a
You can
lot
get
of
up,
sticky
yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
there.
that seems like I've actually probably gotten hit by that one.
You know,
Not the
boxes.
current one, but the one up there on top of the
Yeah,
thing.
the
I've
awning
probably gotten
roamer will
fucked up
sit
by
here
that.
pretty regularly. But if we check all the time and just come out and like meat shot and then rocket against the wall him, then he's just not gonna want to do that anymore. I'm literally checking on my own right now. Yeah, okay, so that works. I didn't remember about that. This one's pretty bad if I remember. Let's see, there's like just be really paranoid and check really carefully.
I was kicked through an activity. 1 second.
Yeah, well that's okay. I mean, you're not gonna miss anything. Ooh, there's like nails coming out of the Alright,
What the fuck?
Scatter disconnected.
oh, and this is a sticky trap that sometimes works, so beware. You can put them in there. I think here's better, whatever. Some teams will push cliff, which is something you do from time to time. It's kind of bad. Remember I said slope is the best way to push, like 75% of the time or more? Yeah, well, yeah, you know, this is another way you can push, like the whole team goes off cliff. This is where we're like re-pushing when they own the point. It could be okay, but again, it could be a giant death trap. Because fucking like pipes will come right over here in my crosshairs. They'll just come over this rock in a straight line. They're impossible to avoid. And you gotta watch for shit like this. They'll take out you and your medic. And I'm sure there's just bullshit spots. Could be anywhere. While I'm remembering about this, so yeah. Anyway, I guess I talked about gay spots. Just be paranoid and always look for hiders there, because at some point they'll take advantage of you. You walk up here. This is like the best default way to get in middle and fight. Here, and then around the rock, and here, because these are the most wide open areas that give you the most room to dodge. You know, you might think, why not just like straight here? Well, sure. I mean, you will do that from time to time, but this is a much narrower area, and you know, you just don't know when the sticks are there, and I mean they are. They usually are, and there'll be sticks here and here, and it's just like, you know, here you have to be like, oh man, shotgun those away, and then those are gone, and you have to be like, oh my god, is there sticks here? So think about it. You can't just like beeline it through here. You have to like do this like S curve, and if you have stickies, you have to take time to shoot them, and well, by then you're spammed
the whole time.
Yeah, you're gonna get like fucking spammed by rollers and rockets and pistol, and you just like, this is the superior way most of the time, is to come up there. And there'll be sticks, you know, waiting for you. Nah, it's just the map is pretty fucking good for Demo Man. Right. Okay, talked about the gay spots. People have a lot of different ideas about like which doors should be pushed out of. Like, so if we're, you know, starting a spawn and we need to push out. You know, I've heard people say, oh, I've heard, yeah, you want to go middle out of the time, because from here you have options to go left or right, and you can like suddenly explode or attack, you know, forward holders or whatever. But I also heard people say that this is bad because the middle, you know, all the people that are forward holding, which I'll talk about in a second, they can be all like positioned, like they can all shoot middle, right? Like the guys that are maybe standing like right here, they can't shoot the far left if you come out left, but fucking everyone, whether they're right, left, or center, can shoot middle. It's like, well, okay, I guess there's something to that as well, but I don't really have a conclusion to that. I think it's good to vary it up, and if anything, I think I like going middle. Oh wow, that's what Asian was talking about. He said he was trying to roll out and spawn, and like it just moved his sticky, and he fucked up his rollout in the lobby like that.
Isn't that amazing? I love that.
So okay, ideally, all right. Here's how this needs to happen. We're pushing out. We don't know what's out there. Maybe there's a bit of a forward hold. Maybe they're just passively holding back. We don't all want to go out of one door. Most of the time, though, remember the whole yard line thing? Or I guess this would be the parallel line thing instead. We kind of want to come out close enough to support each other, right? So, like, if most of our team's coming out middle, and one or two flank guys should come out of the right, you know? Because you can, like, quickly join up with us. You're close enough that we can fight together as a ball. And ideally, this won't always happen, but I want a buffed scout to be the first thing that comes out, like, in front of the combo, if possible. So, because you can like quickly show up here and check this. You're so quick that sometimes, you know, sticky traps that are fucking don't get dead on you. You're quick enough to come out and see, but just dodge, run around, you know, draw their fire while they shoot at you and miss because you're fast and you're like, haha, whatever, over here, and then that opens it up. Like they look at you, they take a few shots at you, that's already enough time that the next guy in line, the scout calls it, the next guy in line comes out and, you know, fucking attacks or whatever. So, yeah, ideally scout goes first ahead of the combo, but almost done, I swear. Kinda. Okay, I already talked about this. Suiciding. Sometimes this will happen where, you know, we lost the point, they own it, they have huge Uber advantage, we do a 4-man suicide. This is very standard on this map. So what that entails is, the really passive pussy way to do it, but sometimes it's right, is you literally decide one scout, so like Slider will be like, I'll stay in the spawn, okay. Slider will stay here and Boston Basher the shit out of himself. And before he begins doing that, everyone gets a buff, everyone goes forward, me or Glop or whoever can count down when we're going to jump, either, hey, jump in 2 seconds or whatever, or you can do like, oh, okay, when the clock hits 55, I don't know, I don't really like that, it doesn't really matter. And then hopefully we can have an idea of where they are, and then we fucking go in. And they're going to be set up, man. There's going to be sticky set up, there's going to be scouts perched up, looking to anti-air shot you, or anti-air you, or whatever. Sometimes there'll be a heavy, which is fucking terrible, a sniper, all of it's terrible. It's all fucking terrible, but you want to go out there and try to kill or pop the medic. And it's worth it, generally. And then you want to die, and then this is the thing. As soon as the medic's popped, you know, if you think your next shot, you know, you're going to die in a few seconds, and you want to fight someone and maybe try to kill them, good. Fine. But if you just, like, want to be a hero and just, like, I'm going to stay alive, oh, I'm taking damage, I'm kind of damaging them, your teammates already died, you're like, oh, I'm falling back, and then a scout comes and finishes you off, like, you died super late. This is like an ulti duo, and, you know, like, I love being the hero medic, like, I just almost never kill behind, I just heal to the death. It's really stupid, because, like, now, we need to go, right? Fucking the clock is counting down. There's always a sense of pressure on this map. Like, we need to go, and we're not 6 strong. We're waiting for one guy to respawn. Or if we go, we're not fully strong, you know? So be conscious of not taking forever to die. If you need to kill bind, or just, like, don't kill bind, just, like, flush forward, you know what I mean? Just go for one, like, all aim, no movement into the nearest guy you see, and just go all in on hitting him, and he'll probably kill you, fine, whatever.
That's me.
Sure. You don't have to, you know, even if we don't get the medic, any guy we do get, fine, we're pushing. Like, that's all you need. You okay, Burn? Yeah, your mic kind of turned on. Uh-oh, he's lagging?
Channel Bernadette. Jack. Channel Bernadette. You laggy.
So the mumbles, so we're getting DDoS or something, so...
Channel Bernadette.
Maybe here, maybe.
Is anyone saying? 2 Glops Great Greasy Bacon
scared.
Glory Hold. Stand by.
Still laggy?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Shit. Alright. I'm pretty sure you heard all the important stuff. Don't take forever to die on suicides. Literally plus forward into them. If we don't get the medic, any kill we get on them is good. Remember I said, like, you can't die on defense. So let's say we go, all 3 of us jump out here, we're all distracting for another, you know, we all go on the med. The med surfs away to fucking way the fuck far away behind a building. There's no way you think you can get him. You're about to die, you turn around, you fucking kill their demo. Great! That's fucking great, dude, because we're gonna have 6 players up. Here's the thing. Any tiniest advantage here, which is generally a number, being a number up, is utilized here. Like, if we have a number up, we need to go and fight, no matter what. It's not like, oh, we have to wait for Uber. Well, sometimes we do. Sometimes we're like, okay, we're going to build Uber, and since they have full out, we're just going to try for suicides. But generally, we're, like, always looking to push on this tiniest advantage. You kill one of their guys, we're going to have 6 up before they have 6 up. That means we're going to go and we're going to fight. Or at least we're going to go and we're going to try to get the pop out and then kite and then fight, blah, 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 something like that, right? So any kill you get is a good kill on the defenders. Ideal would be to pop them in. Forward holding. Okay, so this was also, at least a few seasons, a point of debate between invite players because John Bud had this stream where, like, him and he brought a bunch of guests on, they talked about different maps. He didn't actually do that for the whole season, just a part of it. It was really interesting to hear Seagull and him and a bunch of other people talk about Viaduct, and there was not agreement amongst invite players about whether or not to forward hold. Some people will tell you, always forward hold. That is like, you won the fight, always move your forces up here and like plug up these narrow doors, right? Because they have to come out of like 3 narrow doors potentially to come and fight you. And you can kill them hard, pop them, waste a lot of their time up here. And that's valid. However, forward holding also means that you are vulnerable yourself to getting picked. Again, imagine that they just do like we're forward holding. I'll show you kind of how to do that. I cannot talk in this thing. It's been confirmed. We'll talk about like how I like to do it and how other people do it in a second. But like we're forward holding the demo. I'm a demo, but I wouldn't really be here. And they just do like a Normandy beach fucking rush out there, right? Like they can afford to die. They don't own the point. Not that they all want to die, because that'll be us wasting their time even more, but they come out here, oh, we kill one, we kill another, fucking 2 people jump up here, I die. Not worth. That's it. That was almost like their suicides that they would do onto the medic, except they decided, wait a second, but the dudes are like right here, and I could probably kill this guy. And they kill this guy. I mean, this guy's now talking about us, right? They kill one of us, that's a win for them, because you can't die when you're defending. It's going to fucking happen, obviously, from time to time, but you need to avoid dying. Like, you need to hold in a way where you can put damage on them, but if they break through and you lose control of the area of the situation, you just need to back up and not fight anymore. Then you've wasted as much time as you can, pull back to a farther back position and keep wasting time. You can't die up here, because now they have an advantage. That guy that killed you, maybe we killed him back, maybe not, whatever, he's going to respawn, and they're going to be 6 strong before we're 6 strong, and that breaks the forward hold. As soon as anybody dies in the forward hold, which sucks if it happens in the first place, it's all off. It's called off. You need to move back and become more passive and keep wasting time. So how I like to forward hold, I like to do it in particularly safe situations. And what I mean by that is, let's say we have a fight over here, and we kill them all. Like, there's 6 of us alive, or there's 5 of us alive. Let's say there's 5 of us alive. That's good. We can go and we can take up forward holding positions. Let's say we have a fight over here, and there's 6 of us alive, and 1 of them alive. So a difference of 5, basically. That's fine. We can forward hold. But if it's anything other than that, I don't like to do it. I don't like to go like, yeah, there's 4 of us and there's 2 of them. Let's fucking get into forward positions. Like, no, wait a second. We like don't have enough bodies to properly have enough dudes up here to cover everything well, right? Because we only have 4. And I mean, that's it. That's really the biggest thing. But I wouldn't. So what if it's just like 6 of us and 5 of them? Again, I don't like it. Like, I want a clear moment where there's a lot of them dead, where there's like a difference of 5, where we can come up and set up positions over here, and then breathe for a second, and then we're good to go. I don't want it to be like, oh, they lost their, I don't know, demo, and all fell out. We spammed them out, and then spammed them back in the choke, and now we're like setting up where they're like right on the other edge of the door, and they can fuck you up. This, by the way, this just fucks people up. So like, always expect stickies there. Always don't just like 3K or whatever. All right, so quickly, how I forward hold. This is kind of the opposite of what most people do. Most people will hold the demo on cliffs. I like to have the pocket and the demo right here. The demo will sticky off there. Maybe you can have some stickies there as well. And the demo primarily watches this. So let me say again, the medic is going to be like right here. Like, it's super critical. The medic can get bombed by overwhelming. You know, people can come out of here so fast and hard. Half of them die. Doesn't matter. The other half come and pop your medic. That's a good suicide for them, right? That was totally worth. So the medic needs to like not stand here like idiots that are standing over here. Like, no, we don't want to be this far forward. We want to be as far back as reasonably can, and the medic needs to be. It's kind of boring. Like, you probably don't even want to look. You probably want to be ready to just like kite. Like, we'll call it. Get ready to, you know, surf, jump, run away, whatever. Instantly get ready to run away and call it off. Alright, so demo watches this. Pocket secondarily can spam rockets down here and watches this. Pocket primarily watches this and spams rockets, you know, right here where they can't avoid it. And secondarily, the demo also can spam that and watch it with a few sticks, whatever. Then we have, I want to say, kind of want to say a soldier right here, a roaming soldier, because he can splash down here. And then he has a scout buddy with him here, and another scout is right here. But you guys can vary that up if you want. I mean, the roamer can be right here. The scout can be right here. There's always, these are not like invulnerable things. The attackers can always overtake these if they go hard enough, you miss your deck by just a tiny instant and doesn't get the full effect. You miss your rocket, you shoot it a second too late or too early. They can always pop out of here and fucking murder you. Like, you just can't die. You have to assess how good they are at it, how strong they are. They can lose half their dudes. They can fucking lose 5 of their dudes. And their medic runs away and they kill one of you. And that's debatable whether or not that was worth it for you. Because they'll have all 6 again before that one guy they killed is back on the field from your team. So normally it's kind of the other way. I don't know. It's like the combo holds here so the medic can get away on cliffs. I don't think this is great. I think this is kind of a narrow corridor where it's a smaller area from which to surf, and these walls make it so you can get air shot easier. I'm not saying it's bad. Like, the default forward hold that's done by people is just fine, but I don't know why. I just always learned to do it the other way, and I found it to be quite effective the way I do it. If we hate it and we want to change it up, we'll just talk about it and maybe contribute obviously this and whatever. We'll get it done and do it a different way. Okay. And this is about it, because now I just want to talk about how we hold not forward. And how we hold not forward, again, there's just a handful of different ways. Again, remember those yard line things I talked about? So this is the middle one, 3. The one over here on this side of the rock is another line. If you're 2 away, so let's say we're holding our medic kind of aggressive, kind of forward. Let's say he's holding, like, behind this rock. Probably don't want to do that most of the time. Because we can tell, we'll know when we're expecting suicides from them. If we just like fucking rape them on mid, expect a wave of suicides, maybe even 2 waves. So the demo will be up here somewhere close to the medic, always easy to heal. The pocket, also something like that. And then we want to have, like, we need to have eyes forward, right? So we're going to have, like, for sure a dedicated forward scout and assassin. You guys are going to be, again, you have to figure out on your own what's forward enough to get eyes and get maybe a spam rocket on them, but not die. They'll fucking jump you like you're the medic. Like, they'll fucking jump you to kill you. You can't die. Unless you're good, you're going to do it to get a pop. But let me even tell you this. If you don't want to suicide on them assassin all the time.
Okay.
It's only good if you pop them, and that's only good like if we also have Uber and if we don't get popped in the next few seconds. If you suicide to pop them and then they just like super fly in here and pop us in the next few seconds anyway, then it's just not worth, because you're a defender, you died. Basically, I want to say that having a man up on this map is more important than the Uber itself. Having more people to fight with, because it's really about blobbing up and pouncing all at once and focus firing and blah blah blah. So like, yeah, okay, I'm not saying you shouldn't die. Like, yeah. So let's say we're holding whatever, you're up there, we have one scout somewhere, maybe on the cliff ready to spot and run away, or maybe he's on those stairs ready to run away, and Assassin's up here, and he sees that they're coming, or it's called, and you're like, okay, game sense, 1, 2, 3, you jump in here, you fucking pop their medic, you die. We kite. As soon as that happens, we just fucking kite. Like, we don't sit here, we run away because we want to waste time. Like, a lot of times in actual Ubers in 5CP, what you'll see me do is I'm not like, I don't want to run away, right? I don't want to like, yes, let's run away. Oh, they wasted their Uber and got 0. Now let's go forward. Oh, wait, now they're running away. Now they're getting into all these positions as they're going to spam us as we walk through the chokes, right? So on 5CP, I like to just like, okay, we've kited it, let's go in. And while they're still walking into us, that's when I want to use my Uber and attack, while they're kind of in this no man's land trying to retreat to good positions. That's when I want to collapse on them. And that's, I think, one of our weaknesses as a team is, maybe I don't call it early enough or something, but our team doesn't recollapse around our combo in time. So it ends up being me having this like solo Uber, and I mean, it's okay for it to be solo at the beginning, right? Because it was Uber v Uber, but it needs to be our whole team collapsing on that. Anyway, that was me describing 5CP, but on this map, fuck yeah, dude, I'll kite completely. I'll fucking kite all the way, back here. I will pop my Uber to keep them from getting the point, because that'll continue to ensure that we keep wasting time. But I will be fully greedy with it to not pop if necessary. This isn't one of those things like, no, I'm standing my ground right here. Come on, pop me early. Like, no, run away. So yeah, Assassin, it's worth for you to die if we're going to pop a good deal later. But don't die. Like, if we're all kind of bunched up and you're kind of near us, Assassin, and they're all kind of walking forward, don't dive into them if you have a feeling we're going to get popped right away as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like... So anyway, yeah, you understand. One scout somewhere up there, right or left, assassin up there. This is not a good place, really, where I describe the medic to hold. More often, it'll be something like this, maybe, near this wall back here. It's a little more passive. always want to have a scout. The defensive scout, it's up to you whether you want to be here or here, but you want to come back for both nonstop. And you're the main anti-aircraft cannon, and you're going to be up here for sure.
We can't possibly lose now.
What? Because my strategy's too good?
Because we talked about it. We know this map like
Yeah.
the back of our hand now.
Definitely.
Or you've talked about this.
I've talked nonstop. I've
We
talked
listened.
like fucking crazy. You have listened. I applaud you. Unless you just like turn off mumble in the volume mixer
I
and just
just fell
listen to some
asleep.
music. Yeah, I just fell
Can you,
asleep.
can you tell it again?
Yeah, I'll start from the beginning.
From start?
You can also hold the combo up here for super passive. I don't really know. We'll just go figure it out what we want to do.
Having fun connected.
Right here, a soldier, a pocket can stand here a lot of the time when we're waiting for like them to attack and for suicides. I send them. And this is okay as well for medic, because medic can like hold here, and then the suicides are here. You just kite in the house, or you just fuck with people here, because like you can just give them the runaround with this thing. It's hilarious. This is another place where a sniper can shoot you from, by the way. It's China, but it's like peeking the right side. That's about it. That's about it, really. We'll kind of naturally figure out where we want to hold, what's too far, yada yada.
It's wonderful helping this one.
Can
Sure.
we kill stuff now?
Yeah.
Shall we scrim now?
Yes.
We can probably get one.
Yes.